Prince William has vowed to actually bring change and address causes close to his heart, including homelessness and mental health. Speaking in Singapore, he reflected on his first year as Prince of Wales, pledging to go a step further than his family by building homes and providing mental support. The heir to the throne also vowed to harness the power of his position to give people a better future. Meanwhile, Kate and William's growing popularity in the US has apparently left the Sussexes struggling and angry. The Prince and Princess of Wales feared for their reputation across the pond following the release of Harry's memoir Spare, but William's recent trip to New York has led to a surge in American acclaim for the royal couple, apparently. Now, look, honestly...
You had to spoil it.
I had to spoil it, I'm sorry, I had to ruin it. I've been
himself.
really impressed with William in Singapore. He's taken a real interest in the local innovators and things. He flew commercial, didn't take a private jet. He banned everyone else from taking private jets, all the VIP guests.
I took one.
And he's more like his dad than he knows. Because saying he's going to solve or help solve homelessness, whilst Cruella Braverman is saying, take away their tents, we're going to ban charities, we're going to punish charities who give out tents. And here you have William saying, actually, I want to make a difference and I'm going to actually build homes. He's doing what our governments are not
doing the opposite of.
Yeah.
And I think as well, actually, the Arthur Shot Prize is a good place to actually say I'm going to do something about it, because that's what the Arthur Shot Prize is and was. You know, he gave 5 innovators £1 million each to scale up their projects to do with environmentalism, and each of them is to do with the Sustainable Development Goals set by the UN. So whether that's climate change, whether that's to do with the oceans and the seas, you know, these 5 different areas. And that actually is practical, because if you want to get to a stage where you have these companies doing R&D and doing these great things about sustainability, they need to scale up, and to do that they need money. And so by him having the Arthur Shot Prize, that is him showing that actually I want to be practical. I want to give money and give ideas and allow people to expand. If he's going to do that with homelessness, you're building houses, my friend. You need to build houses with the money from the royal purse on your land. That's it.
So he's very thoughtful, isn't he? He's also in such a privileged position where he can bring people together. And I think, actually, if you look at his experiences, whether they're homelessness, and that was through his late mother, of course, and the big issue, etc., but also mental health, if he can address that, particularly with children, what happened in COVID, the way they got isolated, the bullying on social media and so on, and then Kate, obviously, concentrating on early years, I think that's really powerful and really important.
I mean, we often talk about the royal family, you know, they're great ambassadors for the UK, but actually they're the kinds of what they do for this country a typical politician couldn't replicate. I mean, we were talking about the other night King Charles's popularity, and his popularity in public polling has hovered around 60% for the last few months, and I suspect Williams is probably even higher than that. And actually most politicians will never ever get that sort of popularity rating. So we actually need to cherish the kinds of the unique position we're in to actually have the royal family in the good that they do for the country, and in the fact that they keep public approval high. Because if you had people that represented this country, the heads of state that can't compare, but a monarch that represented this country that was even more divisive, we would actually lose a huge gem and probably one of the most unique things about the UK now.
Penny, do you think that the Sussexes
Well, no, I was just, fully enough, I was just about to come on to that, because the thing is that with William actually, essentially putting his money where his mouth is, sort of, with things like Earthshot and everything else, I was just thinking, I agree with you, David, if he can actually do a bit more for mental health, because the thing is, it's all very well. Harry, of course, has talked a lot about, Prince Harry has talked a lot about mental health, but what's he actually done about mental health?
Even though he doesn't seem mentally well himself.
Well, no, but I'm just saying, what has he actually done? What concrete things has he done? Because the problem is, mental health in this country, trying to access care, trying to access help, is extraordinarily difficult.
It is.
And if they can, and if Prince William can actually do something for that and actually, properly help.
Harry did do a lot before he left the country, before he left the firm. He was doing lots for mental health, especially for young people, and also through...
they had this charity.
Yes, but again, it all links up, doesn't it? If William can actually push, as you say, house building to make sure, and mental health is also partly related to whether you've got security and safety and a roof over your head and all the rest of it. But let's start building great houses, shall we? Not these shoeboxes.
No more mud huts.
Absolutely. Well, on that note...